Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. By the time this video goes up, it will be Thursday, July the 9th. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you all had a great 4th of July weekend. I know a lot of you are probably saying, well, Patrick, long time no see, man. What have you been doing? We haven't seen any content since January, ladies and gentlemen. So, I have a couple answers to that. I've been going through some personal issues, which I will not talk about. Uh, the other part of the issue is that over the past few years of my life, I have been in an active bout of psoriasis, and over time, it just progressively got worse. As you could see with some of the videos, I began to break out, with the skin and all that good stuff, and it was just not a good look. And over time, little did I know until I talked with my dermatologist that I developed psoriatic arthritis, which affected my joints. It affected my back, it affected my knees, and more importantly, the object that I need the most is the hands. While it wasn't anything diabetic, at times, even though I know I didn't have it, I could have very well had it, but I highly doubt it. But it felt like I had carpal tunnel syndrome at times. My hands would just go numb, or at times after maybe playing an hour, they would hurt so bad where I couldn't even play no more. So, it just got to be real painful. So I went to my dermatologist and I told him, look, man, nothing else was working. So he ended up prescribing Humira, and it has done wonders, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's fixed pretty much all the issues of that I was having with the skin. It's controlled my psoriatic arthritis. It's not as bad now as it was. So that's also part of the reason. And of course, right now, I could state the obvious. Gotta be careful how I word it, because otherwise Google's gonna go ape shit. But needless to say, the world has gone to hell in a handbasket in 2020. Something I did not expect to happen. So, with that said, I know a lot of you have been personally asking me, have I been doing okay? Yes, I have. And I've just stated what's been going on. And I've also just been really busy and not had time to really record content and post content. So, with that said, speaking of content, I know a lot of you have also been asking what content will I now have planned now that I've somewhat made my return after excess months absence. Well, we were planning Final Fantasy VII Remake. I did say that it wasn't guaranteed, but we were thinking about it. But after thinking about it long and hard, considering that Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't do so well, I've decided not to go ahead with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I'll be playing that on my off time when I'm not recording. However, content that we do have planned, I know a lot of you have asked, will we be doing WWE 2K20 content going forward? Here's the thing. We will be doing some content going forward, but anything I release from that, let's just be honest, is filler. The game's still garbage after 8 patches, but I'm not going to ignore the success it's brought to this channel. I am very grateful for the success it has given me, and I just can't thank you all enough, ladies and gentlemen. So, with the current allegations going on in pro wrestling right now, I did have the Celebrity Royal Rumble planned, but once all these allegations and stuff started coming to light, plus you add the global pandemic with the coronavirus, I said, you know what? We're going to let anyone else who wants to come forward with their allegations come forward and speak forward to, share their experiences and see what other allegations come to light. Some of us may not like it, but you know what? We need to clean up the profession, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm holding off the Celebrity Royal Rumble for a couple weeks. And speaking of that, because of the 1 hour pay per view that we did for the greatest Celebrity Royal Rumble, thank you all for making that such a success, by the way. Uh, I've decided to do something special as a thank you in return. The fourth annual Celebrity Royal Rumble is going to happen. We originally were aiming for WrestleMania weekend, but unfortunately that came to a halt with the global pandemic. So, with that said, I'm going to try to aim last week of August, first week of September. Hopefully. Don't hold me to it, but we're going to try to aim for that time frame. And what we're going to do this year as a thank you for the first time, it will be a full length 4 hour pay per view free of charge. It's kind of going to pick up, some of the storylines are kind of going to pick up where the My Career mode left off. You might know where I might be going with it, but I have some huge surprises planned. I don't want to spoil it, so needless to say, there's going to be some surprises at the pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, and we're also going to include the kickoff show within that pay-per-view as well, and we're going to combine it all into one video. It's going to take some time and some patience, but we're going to do our best to deliver the fourth annual Celebrity Royal Rumble, and for the first time, it will be a full-length featured pay-per-view free of charge here on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So that's something you all are going to be looking forward to. WWE 2K Battlegrounds. I know a lot of y'all have been asking about that as well. Y'all have been asking, will I be getting the game? I made the mistake with WWE 2K20. Not so much the mistake of the success it's part of the channel, and like I said, I am very grateful for that. I can't thank you enough. But I learned my lesson, because after 8 patches, WWE 2K20, and let's face it, is still a big hot pile of dog shit. There's just no way around it. But with that said, I learned my lesson, and I'm going to skip out on WWE 2K Battlegrounds this year. And like I said, I just don't see any WWE game on this channel going forward, but I will do my best to deliver some wrestling content, whether it be reaction videos or, you know, making predictions for an upcoming pay-per-view, or let's just say a random wrestling game. You know, for example, Fire Pro Wrestling World. That's something I'm probably going to do on this channel. It's going to be more focused on Japanese wrestling, but I'm sure y'all are going to be looking forward to that. So, maybe I could scrap up some classic WWE games along the way. We'll have to see how everything goes about. So, that's it as far as the wrestling content goes. But I feel like I get that some of y'all may be here for the wrestling content, and like I said before, I want to play the games that make me happy, you know, that I enjoy playing. So, you know, I've enjoyed playing a lot of games, you know, I've enjoyed playing the Modern Warfare reboot. I didn't expect to like it, but I enjoy the hell out of it, and I'm enjoying the hell out of the Warzone Battle Royale mode that they added to the game. So definitely expect some Modern Warfare content coming. What else is I gonna say? Other games, as far as we're concerned, I know we're a couple weeks behind. Spoilers leaked a few weeks ago, but I have not paid attention to it. And currently I have been going into this game blind. we will indeed be doing The Last of Us Part 2. I know a lot of you are going to say, well, you didn't really finish the first game. And I get that, and I totally understand it. But here's the thing. Um, the reason why we didn't finish the first game was because viewership didn't do so well. And because the first game was so old, not a lot of people wanted to watch it. They were looking forward to the next game. They were looking forward to part 2. So now that part 2 is out, I know the game is surrounded in controversy. For what reasons, I do not know. Like I said, I've gone into this game blind as a bat. I've recorded almost 6 hours of content with the game so far. Even though the game will say I've only played 5.5 hours, in reality I've actually played close to 6 hours of the game. But with that said, we're going to be going through The Last of Us Part 2 for sure. And we're going to finish it all the way through, regardless of how viewership does. I want to finish it all the way through, see what all the fuss is about, and then I will personally give my reaction to my personal thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2. So that's that. Another game we will be doing after we finish The Last of Us Part 2 will be Saints Row the Third Remastered. This was something I did not expect to be releasing, but on behold, Deep Silver actually released it, and I'm very impressed. Haven't had much time to really even play the game, but as soon as we finish The Last of Us Part 2, I get it, it's a GTA clone. There's not really much of a story to it, but at the end of the day, it's a funny game. It's hilarious. It has a lot of comedy in it, and that's what I like to have fun with. A game that's barely got a story to it, has a lot of comedy, a game that's just nonsensical and you get to have fun with. So that will be another game we go through. I was planning Cyberpunk 2077, but the game has now been delayed 3 times now. Maybe 4, but I'm pretty sure it's been delayed 3 times now, and it's now been delayed to November the 19th. And while I am looking forward to playing it, I'm not going to get it at launch, simply because of the fact that, the game's been delayed so many times, and while I completely respect CD Projekt Red wanting to make sure that the game is polished and ready for release, I'm starting to lose faith in them a little bit for how many times they've delayed the game. And I know we've got the PS5 coming out soon. We've got the Xbox Series X coming out soon. But it'll probably be a year before we start making the jump from PS4, excuse me, to PlayStation 5. So, with that said, we're also going to be using the Elgato to record some content going forward, which I'm looking forward to. There's been some problems here and there with video tear, but ultimately we've got some of it resolved. So with that said, that's what you can expect on the channel going forward. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to smash that thumbs up button as hard as possibly can if you've been enjoying all the content on this channel. Be sure to share this video on social media. For all of us at Patrick McSparron Productions, this is Patrick McSparron saying so long, and I'll see you soon. See ya!